Who's ready to sing? Hi everybody, I'm Brenda Lynn and I wanted to make this video so that I could show you guys how to get better vocals in your home studio. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you're using a pop shield. A pop shield is really helpful because it's going to filter out any harsh sounds that you make. The other thing that's great about a pop shield is it gives you a guide for how far away you are from the mic. It gives you an idea of staying a consistent distance, which is my next point. If you've never really sung into a microphone before, then you're going to want to kind of be very cognizant of where you are. Keep a consistent distance from the microphone. Now that being said, you can play with distance and use it to your advantage. So generally, the closer you get to the microphone, the more intimate your voice is going to sound. You're really going to hear every little nuance in your voice. I actually do that on my one song that I just released on my latest EP, No. And when I sing the line, I'm a noun, not a verb, not something you can do. I'm really close to the microphone, so it's got this like epic, intimate feel to it, where like I'm right up in your face. At the same time, you can use the distance away from the microphone to your advantage as well. So when you really want to belt or really want to make your voice big, but you don't want to get too loud into the microphone that you distort your vocals, then you can step further back, really let yourself go, really belt, really scream, and it won't be so overpowering in the mix. Tip number 3 is to watch your levels. So a lot of times people will make the mistake of having their levels on the microphone set too high. What's bad about this is if you go too high, if the signal going in your microphone is too high, it's going to cause a clipping effect, which is basically distortion that happens when the signal is too loud for the signal chain, and you'll notice that it sounds really terrible. And there are tricks for trying to mask clipping, but it's impossible to totally get rid of. Some people play with fire and they turn them up pretty high, and they might be fine the whole song, but in that one moment in the song where they really belt or really get louder, or maybe they're excited so they start singing louder, then they ruin the track because they clip. So what I suggest doing is test your levels, decide where you want to be, and then back them off a little bit further and turn the levels down so that even when you get that like boost of energy, you still don't clip. What's nice about that too is then you know that you're nowhere close to clipping, so you're not afraid to. A lot of times when we sing and we know, okay, I can't get too loud, then you're going to create a lot of tension in your throat and you're going to have a lot of issues with your vocals, and they won't be as good as they are when you're live and you're really going and you're rocking it. So I say turn them down a little bit extra so that you don't have that weighing over you and you can just sing the way you would naturally. 4, and this actually kind of ties into what I was just saying, and that is tension is generally a bad thing for your voice. If you are really trying to get like a stressed out song, then maybe you want tension there, maybe you want to do some screaming, that's fine. But generally, when a person sings, they do better when there's less tension in their like voice box. So what we want to do is do everything we can to release tension. For you, that might mean stretching before you sing, or if you're the audio engineer and you're instructing your singer, maybe letting them relax. If they're kind of in a strange environment, give them a cup of coffee, make them feel a little bit more, I guess a cup of tea, caffeine's not good for you when you're singing, but regardless, you want to make sure that you make them feel comfortable. If you're singing at home in your own room, you know, that's kind of what I do, and so I can kind of make myself as comfortable as possible. Definitely recorded some vocals before where I've been in my pajamas or had candles lit, whatever it is that helps you relax so that you don't have unnecessary tension. Tip number 5 is being aware of your emotions. And this is something that I'm still kind of figuring out and still really learning how to use effectively. And that is when you're singing live, you really get this opportunity to convey the emotion. Well, when you're recording in a studio, you don't have all the tools that you have singing live, the visual feedback and the human-to-human connection, so it's harder to convey your emotions. So what I suggest doing is really working to convey emotion through your vocals. When I was recording Arrows, some of the songs that I recorded earlier, I didn't really understand this, so I was just trying to sing a clear picture of what I wanted to sing. But towards the end, the last song that I recorded was No, and it's a very emotional song. So I put a lot of emotion into my vocals. I really tried to give it some anger and some like weight and depth, and so I really tried to convey this frustration through my vocals. And that song has about 5 times more streams than any other songs that I have available right now. And I think that that's because when people hear that song, they really feel that emotion that I kind of learned how to do as I recorded more. So I highly suggest that you experiment with emotion in your voice and maybe kind of exaggerate the emotion so that you can really make sure it comes through on your mixes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this video helped you. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe because all of those things make me very, very happy. I'm going to post a video next week, if not sooner, about how to edit your vocals so that they sound best. Speaking of posting videos, I'm actually going to be posting a video a week for the whole month of May, Music Making May, if you will. My goal is to give you guys a ton of audio information so that you can make better recordings for your music. And if you haven't checked out my recently released EP, it just dropped in April, so please be sure to check that out. You can find it anywhere that you listen to music by searching Brenna Lynn, or check it out on my website, brennalynnmusic.com. Thank you guys, I'll catch you next time. Also, be sure to plug your microphone in, like that might help.